thanks for joining me today for our Christmas Spectacular. Now, I'm Elizabeth Mayer, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southwest Victoria. Who can believe Christmas is not too far away? I saw a post the other day of how many weeks it was. I cannot remember what it was now, but I know it wasn't too far away, and I just went, no thank you, I'm not ready yet. Haven't even sorted out what to get the kids or anything for Christmas. So I'd like to welcome you today, whether you're new or you follow me. If you're new, please hit the follow button on my page and the like button on this video. I would truly appreciate that, and I thank you so much if you're new and joining me today. Okay, I'm just going to talk to you about one little thing first. Now, just here you can see my shop details. I will put these back up again, plus they will also be in the description, and there's the host code if you purchase anything. And if you don't want to do it online, I'm happy to take phone calls. All right, I just wanted to also tell you about the fantastic special for the month of October only. So we've got until Monday the 31st of October, which is only about 16 days away to join this fabulous special starter kit. Now, if you join Stampin' Up! Any other month than this month, October, you will still pay $169 to join, but you only get $235 worth of products. But this month, for October, you're still only paying the $169, but you're getting $283 worth of products. That is fantastic. So if you want to know any details on that, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And I'll also put the link to that joining special in my description above. Okay, let's get started. Now, this week we're focusing on cards, Christmas cards. And who doesn't like to send out a Christmas card? I know not a lot of people send cards out now, but it is always nice to get a handcrafted card. Well, I like a handcrafted card. Oops, just trying to get everything out of my little bag here so I don't lose it all. Now, before I go on, I'm going to show you what stamp set we're using. We're using the Decorated with Happiness stamp set and the bundle. So this is it in the catalogue. It's on page 27 of our mini catalogue, if I can find my front page of our mini catalogue, the Christmas special one. I call it our Christmas special calendar. So here's the stamp set we're using. And I've also got the dies. Now I keep my dies in here. And as you can see, they've been well used. I can't even get them back into their spots anymore where they were when I first opened them up. Some people keep their stamps in with the stamp set. I do, because I know then that when I come to use that stamp set, oh hey, we've got dies. Great. Now it's a photopolymer stamp set, which means it's clear. All right, let's get going. So I'm bringing out my mat because it is a clear photopolymer stamp set. Oh, just trying to get everything into hand here, on hand. Okay, now I'm using garden green today. I had every intention of using, what's it called? Evergreen. Oh, goodness me, I can't think of the name of it. Evening evergreen. I knew it had come back to me. But it's out of stock at the moment, so I had to think of something else. I needed to purchase a bit more, so I might put my light on here, give us a bit more light. So I couldn't wait for another 2-3 weeks to receive it. So I thought, well, we'll go evening garden green. So this is garden green, and this is just my normal card base size, which when folded is 10.5. Now these cards are in centimetres today. Where's my bone folder? That's disappeared on me. Nope, here it is. Are in centimetres today. So it's 10.5 centimetres by 14.9. So that's the base. Then I have a layer of basic white, which is 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. Now we're going to stamp onto our basic white. Oh, excuse me. Now I'll just get my block. I knew I left one block behind. And the stamp set. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I know it's only started here in Australia. It's only Saturday here in Australia. If you're watching out of Australia and it's not the weekend yet, I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Now, I'm putting the larger leaf onto this stamp set. Now this, onto this block I mean. Now this is block E. I need to write the wording a little better, I think. This is block E. Okay, so we're going to stamp this, or ink this up in garden green. And I just got it all over me. Whoops, I didn't click it into place. I thought I had. My garden green needs re-inking, I think. I should have done that beforehand. Right, and we're going to bring this on an angle up a bit. About there. Now, I have found that I need to press down heavy with this stamp. Sometimes I do it with the Stamparatus. I find that a lot easier. And I have a little device here. I forget what they're called. My son created this on his 3D printer. I find it a bit hard to use on blocks, but on the Stamparatus, it's fantastic. So if this doesn't cut out, or stamp out I should say. Oh, it did, perfect. I would have used the Stamparatus. Oh, excuse me. Now I've got to get this undone. I have arthritis in my hands and I find it hard to close my ink pads up, especially these ones. So if you do have trouble, another good way is the bone folder when it wants to work. Oh, goodness me. Oh, there we go. Got it. Finally. Okay. So we will just put that one aside for the moment. Now I'm going to bring in a bit of scrap, basic white, and Memento black. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the ornaments, the decorations, oh excuse me, in the basic black. Just the outline. So we'll pop one there. We fit him under there. Oh, perfect. And these are going to get die cut out. One there. And our nice big long one. Now I'm stamping, being photopolymer, I'm stamping on the Pierce mat. Photopolymer don't have the backing like the red rubber stamps do. Now let me just get out a red rubber stamp and I will show you, for the new people, what I am meaning. Just pop this aside for the minute. As you can see with photopolymer, they're see-through. A cling stamp, as they're called now, they used to be called red rubber. A cling stamp has that foaming on it. And when this is on a block, I will just pop this one off the block for a minute. When this one's on the block, when you go to stamp it, you can't see through it. And when you go to stamp it, you don't need to use this. So I'll just bring in, well, we'll just use the top of this because it's only scrap. Oh, I've got another little piece of scrap here. I'll just use this little one. So we ink that up. And it's not on level. I know that for a fact, so it's going to be all crooked. But I've got the block at an angle there. And I just have to press like that. And there we have it. Whereas this one, you really need the Pierce mat underneath it to give it more stability. Okay, so that's the difference between red rubber and cling film, photopolymer. Now, when I come to clean my stamps, I always take off the excess ink onto my grid paper, and then I use my Stampin' Chamois, which is on the side here today because I'll be using it a fair bit today. So we'll pop this one away and get that one out of the way. All right, so back to this lot. Back to what we're here intended to be doing, stamping our Christmas card. Now, I'm going to colour inside the decorations, put some colour in there. So we've got the colouring for the insides, and they are going to be, 2 will be in real red. Because this is only little, I don't have to push it right up. Then I better get my piece mat. Now these do not, well, I should say some of these do not fully stamp inside. You have a little bit of a colour. That's fine. They're not intended to be like that. So if you're one that where everything has to be perfect, well, it's not going to work with this stamp set. So those 2 are red. And this one will be green. There we go. And we'll pop them over there. Now, die cutting them out. So we have that one there. This one for this one. Now, have you ever wondered why there's a dot up there? I did. And it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago. I was watching another demonstrator here in Australia, and she explained what that dot is for. Especially when you've got a line like this, when you're lining your die up, that dot, here, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but in there you see the top of the line. and that tells you you've got that in place. But hey, do I ever get dies in place? No. If you know me, you know. If you've watched other videos of me, you know I don't usually get them in place. So then, one goes on that one. Here I am thinking, why doesn't that fit on there? So there's all our dies on our decorations, ready to be die cut. Now, through the magic of TV, so to speak, I have already die cut them. Excuse me while I have a bit of water. I do have this tickly throat all the time. Here in my part of Australia, it is hay season. And always find I get the tickly throat during hay season. That's a bit better. A lot better. So I'll put the dies back in there so I don't lose them. They will get used for another project. So here they are, already die cut out. Now, as I said, I don't die cut properly, do I? And as you can see there, bit far off. Bit far off. So I will get my scissors. And if this happens. It can easily be fixed. All you need to do is just come in and just trim close, but not too close. So it might look a little bit odd, but it's a handmade card. Alrighty, so let's get going and get our card together. Now before I do that, I am going to, crumpled it there, put my sentiment on, which is wishing you a season decorated with happiness and wonder. Now, if you're like me and don't have a straight eye, grid paper is your best friend for lining up your sentiments. The best thing you can ever buy is a pack of grid paper. You get 100 sheets in it, and believe you me, and they're double-sided. One side is in inches, one side is in centimetres. And I go through it. So we'll put that on there. We're going to stamp this in real red. Just move a few things out of the way here. I'm getting crammed in. Starting to. Need that a bit. Now that's a bit better. I'm going to put this one in the middle. There we go. Beautiful. If I say so myself. Okay, so let us get this card. I did crumple that. That's annoying. That is very annoying. Now, I like to use Tombow glue, multi-purpose. I love it. There are our Stampin' Seals. We have which are like your runner tapes. We have Stampin' Seal or Seal Plus, which is a stronger one. And then we have tear and tape. We have mini glue dots. But the reason I love the Tombow glue is that if you've put your design on crooked or all one side, you've got time to move it. And there we go. Now for our ornaments. We are going to pop these up onto dimensionals. Now we have both large ones and mini ones. Put my lid on my glue. So the mini ones will go up the top. And we'll put a large one. He just fits in there on the bottom. Okay, and the backings just come off and we just throw them away. And any other crafters who use dimensionals, I'm telling you now, you will find the backings anywhere. One even went through the laundry in our house one day. I've had them sitting on my lounge chairs, had them in the kitchen. Everywhere. And there we have it. Not quite though, not finished. I'm using the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Oh, I think I just knocked one off then. Now where's my take a pick tool? I just had it. Where did I put it? Take a pick tool is great for picking up dimensionals, but of course it has disappeared on me. It was just here on the table. Here it is. Now with the take a pick tool we have a putty end, which is good for picking them up, and we also have a pointy and a spatula end. You can get a brush. What else is there? You can get the stylus for scoring. So yeah. One there. Put one up there on that leaf. Can't leave this little fella all on his own. And we'll just pop one in there. And there we have card number 1 done. Now, I know what I have forgot to do. An insert. We might just do that. Just one moment. I will cut a piece of cardstock. The insert will be 10 centimetres by 14.4. Now, I don't put sentiments in my middles. I always leave them spare. But what I am going to do is I'm going to bring our leaf back in, because sometimes I write a long little passage in my cards, and just to, I don't know, or I just don't have the right sentiment to put in the middle, and I might find one in another stamp set along the way. Let's hope that one works. Now what I'm going to do is, right up here in the corner, I'll bring this up a bit, I am just going to put a little bit of the leaf there. Oh, darn. Turn it over. This is why we have two sides to a piece of card. Before I do that, if you have a rough edging like I've got here from the cutting, just smooth it out with your bone folder. And there we go, all gone. Just put a bit more ink on that because that sat for a couple of seconds. Let's try again. This is why with big stamps like this, I use the Stamparatus, which I should have. That'll teach me. That will teach me. Oh, that's better. Mustn't have had enough ink on it. Okay, so we'll put some Tombow onto this. Make sure we put the right side on. Pop it in the middle. Now another thing to do is rub on it from the back. And that way you don't, if that ink is still a bit damp, you're not smudging it. So there we have card number 1 complete. Okay, now we'll get organised now for card number 2. Okay, for card number 2, we are using basic white, which again is 10.5 by 14.9. Now this card is a landscape card. This one. Then I have a piece of real red. A piece of designer series paper. Now this paper is from the Boughs of Holly designer series paper, or DSP as we like to shorten it. Then I have a stitched rectangle, which will go there, and all our little stampy ornaments and bits and pieces. So let's get going. What we'll do first, we'll do the stamped part first. So now again we need a big leaf image again, and our little ornaments. Now I've already cut the ornaments, stamped and cut the ornaments out, so I won't show you how to do them. Whoops, again. Let me see if we can do it this way. Let's just hope this one behaves itself. Now we're going to stamp this about there. Now it will go off the edge, which is fine. That's what it's intended to do. Yeah, about there I think. These stitched rectangle dies are fantastic. Love them. And another one that I also love is the stylish shaped dies, and they're got a bit of stitching there, got circles and squares. Perfect. Circles, squares and banners in them. So they're a good little set too. Right, so this time the greeting I'm using is, so look at this. Here's a backing. Made its way to this card. We haven't even used them yet. Christmas greetings. Now I'll see if I can get that in there. I think we can squeeze him in. I should have pushed that down a little bit more. So here's my trick again. Line it up. And the other good way to line them up is if you've got all capitals, they're in a straight line, whereas you see the Christmas is in a different fonty type of font, I suppose you call it, whereas the greetings is in capitals, and that's your best way to line them up. So I line all the bottom edging of the Christmas lines of the greetings there on the stamp set, on the grid paper. Goodness me, what am I talking about? Okay. Bring this all back in, turn you around. Bring it down just a tinge. And up a tinge. Hope I've got it straight. Which should be nothing new to me. There we go. Good. Looks great. Okay, that's that part. Here I've already stamped our little ornaments, which are going to go there, there, and there. I might pop that one up just a little bit more, having a bit there. Now, before we put all that together, I'm going to put the front of the card together. Now, what I have got also, well, or I should say what I'm going to do is, I've got a piece of real red ribbon, and I'm just going to place that. Now with these lines it's great because I can line it up just about there. And then what I do is try and hope that it stays in that. Look at the back of this paper. Isn't it divine? Isn't it absolutely beautiful? Just bring in a bit of seal. Now this is Stamp and Seal. I usually use my plus, but it needs filling. Just stamp that one there. Or stick that one there, I should say. So I'll bring it back over just to ensure. If my fingers aren't sticking to it. Down a little bit. And a little bit there. and pop that on. If you've got a little bit extra that you don't want, trim it off. I'd rather have extra than not enough, believe you me, when it comes to ribbon. So now I'm going to put this on with our Tombow to the front of the card. I sometimes even put a little bit of glue on the ribbon as well, just to keep it in place. As I said, this is real red. Now, I forgot to tell you the dimensions of this. The real red is 10 by 14.9 centimetres, and the designer series paper is 9.7 by 14.1. So it's only down just a tinge. Okay. Now, this bit. No, I'll put this on the front of our card first. Now with the Tombow too, you don't need a lot, because it does spread when you push it down. And believe you me, I know. I have had too much. See the putty end? Picked that up. Got rid of it. I've had too much Tombow near the edge and it's all squirted out onto the card. Okay. Now we will just pop them there. Pop our die cut here up onto dimensionals. Oh, here they are. I was going to say, now where have they disappeared to? I start off by putting one into each corner, one down the middle, and then one in between. Because if you're posting this card, you've got to think it's going through a roller at the post office, and you do not want it to get all crunched up when it goes through. Another good thing for the take a pick tool, the pokey bit, takes the backings off your dimensionals. All in one hit and in the bin. So try and line this one up. Now for our little ornaments. I think I was going to put that one there. I know that one went in the middle. Put him down a bit. It doesn't matter if they hang off because they're not in any way going to mess up the card when they go into the envelope. Yep. So that one. That one and that one. Oh, put the other ones on first before I take the backings off. What are you all up to this weekend? Me? Crafting. Card making. And loving it. Pop him down a tinge, and he can hang over the edge there a bit. And pop him up there. Now, to finish him off, I am using red rhinestones. I'll put the lid back on that. Put your lid always back on your Tombow because it will get an air bubble in it and you'll have strife getting the glue out. Ask me how I know that one. Put one there. One there. And this time I'm using the putty end to pick it up. Whoops, he didn't land in where he was supposed to be. So this is where I use the pick tool, the picky one, to get it out. And there we have card number 2 done. Now we don't need to do anything on the inside. If you wanted, you can put like another leaf down there if you'd like, but I'll just leave mine plain today, I think. So there you go. There's our second card. We're coming up to near the end of our cards. Hang around because I've got something special at the end, so don't disappear. Okay, card number 3. Okay, now with card number 3, there's not much stamping. One little bit of stamping on it, and that's it. Now this card is basic white again, which is 8.5. Oh, what's that on the bottom there? 8.5, 10.5 by 14.9 centimetres. And this will be a portrait style, so it'll go this way. Then I have a piece of garden green, and I'll put this on first, I think, and a piece of the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. So I'm using the dotty side this time. Now this is 10 by 14.4 and this is 9.7 by 14.1. I'm pretty sure it is. Because that's what I usually cut them at. So I know it is. So we'll glue the... Oh, I hate to glue this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Don't worry. I'll make another card with that side. I'll make a card one day with that side. Now I will attach this to the front of our card. Don't know why I did that. Did it that way for. Make sure you're putting it, when you're putting your card together, make sure it's going the right way. Believe you me, plenty of times I've stuck it on upside down and wrong way round and this way, that way, when it should be the other. I've even stuck it onto the back of the card. How silly is that? Okay. Now, I have cut out one of the things from the one of the dies from the Scallop Contour dies. Now I will show you the dies, and it was this little one here that I used, and this die set goes with stamp set. Colour and contour. That's it. I had to have a think. But you have all these beautiful edgings or triangles, squares, whatever you call them. Designs, that's the word I'm looking for. And you also had this beautiful edging. I haven't used it yet, but I'll tell you what, I sure will be. I must use it. Imagine having that on the edge of a card. Beautiful. So that's the die I used. That. And I also used the layering circle dies. Now I've done this one in garden green to match our card here, and I've done another one in basic white, and I have embossed it. And the embossing folder I used was the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. That's still over at my machine. My machine's over the other end, over the other side. So we can attach this. Now when you're attaching embossed card or anything that's embossed, I find it better to use Tombow liquid glue. The reason being is as you're dragging your seal down, you can break that. It can tear it. So I find it's easier just to use your Tombow onto that. Alright, let's stamp our sentiment. Now, our sentiment is, I'm going to clean this stamp because I've used real red on that and I want to use garden green. Is our Christmas greetings again. Bring him in. Oh goodness me, that tickle is starting to come back again. And stamp him down. Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Okay, so that's that done. Now, what I have gone ahead and done too, I have die cut using the die, of course, of the leaf. Now, as you can see, I did it ahead of time. I've still got little bits and pieces in there. So I have die cut 2 of these. And they are going to sit on our circle like that. Okay, so I am just going to just gently or sparingly pop a little bit of glue just on the bottom part there. And I'm not pressing it down heavy yet because I may want to move it. I'm not going down the stem either, just on this part here, because as you see the stem, yeah, see this one here needs to come over just a little bit. Perhaps even a little bit more. Yep, I think that'll be right. Now I press it down. And it doesn't matter that's hanging up. That doesn't matter at all. Probably could have come down a little bit closer to the bottom, but that's all right. It'll be fine. We'll work through that one. As I say, we can always work through it. Now they're just a little bit too close for me. So if I'm gentle enough, that one there's okay. Because they're not fully stuck on yet, they're still a bit get off. All that one wasn't he? So let's place that there. Bring this one back, cover that there up. No. That's better. That's better. Yeah, our leaves are going this way, that way, but that's okay. That's okay. So we'll pop this up onto dimensionals. When I do a circle, I do the sides like that first, and then one in the middle. And because I don't have nails, I should have used my take a pick tool. Being a circle too, see, you can twirl it around so that your leaves are, your stems are in the right place. That's the best thing about circles. Then I will put on the sentiment. That too will also go on dimensionals. Stick 3 on him. Oops, put him up the right way. Perhaps if I have my card straight, it'll be easier for me to put the sentiment on. There we go. Now, I am using the Simply Elegant trim, which has both silver and gold in it. I'm going to be using the gold, and we're going to make a bow. Now, see how it's all curly? You know a way I have found to get the curliness out of it? Just run it through your fingers. And see how it started to come straight again? Until I fiddle and make a bow with it. Try and tie a bow. Okay, here we go. I'm no good at tying bows, but creating bows. That's why I've left it on the reel first. Then I just bring it down to the size I want. Probably not too big. One side's bigger than the other. Perfect. Now I'm going to use a glue dot. which is perfect for attaching bows. Now I'll just put me, oh, I'm not in focus there. I just put the bow onto that glue top. Yes, it's still attached to the reel, and then I pick it up with the pointy bit on my take a pick tool, and then pop him down there. Then I'll take my snips and snip off the excess. Oops, he wants to sit up, doesn't he? Of course he does. There's always one that wants to not do as it's told. Then I'll come back with the red rhinestones. And we will put one there. There. I think I might put another one just in the middle there, just to brighten up there a bit. And there you have our third Christmas card done in our Christmas Spectacular. Now I will bring in the other two cards we've created. We might just move a few bits and pieces here first, so we've got a bit of room to get rid of all those dimensional backings to pop them all on. So there's card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. I hope I've got them all in for you. Bring them down just a little bit more. There we go. Oops, if I twirl them around like that. It's always these long landscape ones that make it hard for you to see. There we go. Just got the edge of that one off. So there we go. I hope you have enjoyed today's first week of Christmas Spectacular. Now, something special. Who would like to win? We all like to win, don't we? So now for the special. Any orders of $75 or more through my online store, or if you purchase the Decorated with Happiness bundle, and so any orders placed on my online store from today, the 15th of October 2022, until Wednesday the 19th of October 2022, you will receive not only a handmade thank you card from myself, but also the kit to create these cards, but you will get a card kit. Now, when placing an order online, please ensure you use the link to my online store. And if you haven't shopped with me before, please create an account so that allows me to see that you have placed your order through this time, and allows me to send you your thank you card, because I love to send thank you cards out to people who place orders. And it will also, there will be a final draw at the end of our 5 weeks. Now that will happen after the 5th week, because there'll be another special for orders probably through that week. It'll probably be a week later before I do that draw for a surprise final draw. So if you don't have an account with me on my shop, please open one, because as I said, it allows me to see that you have shopped. Now, if you forget to click, I think there's a button there that says, do you want to be notified, or something like that, of, other things. You can place an order silently, but if you place it, or anonymously I should say, if you place it anonymously, I can't send you the free gift. I can't send you a handmade card, because I don't know who has placed that order. If you have done that accidentally, and you can tell me what you ordered, I can go in and check and sort that one out. Now, if you don't want to place your order online, I am happy to take orders over the phone, and my mobile phone will be in the description. It's 0408 107 792, and I'll be happy to help you out there. So just remember, any orders of $75 or more, even if you purchase this kit between today, the 15th of October 2022, and Wednesday, the 19th of October 2022, you'll receive a handmade thank you card and a card kit from me. And you will also go in to the surprise final draw. So I think that's enough for me today. I think I've spoken enough. I've coughed enough. I'm so sorry for all that. As I said, it's hay season around here, and the nose, I have the allergies with the hay, so here we go. Not my best time of year at the moment. So I'll just leave it at that for today. And I hope to see you back next week, the 22nd of October 2022. Now, we're creating more cards. They are fun fold cards. I hope to create 3. We might go a little bit longer than today, but if I can get 3 fun fold cards done for you, that's my attempt. All right, so I hope to catch you all next week, and have a great day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. And thanks for joining me. Catch you all next week. See you later. Bye.